Okay, so now that I've got it cut out, the next thing you need to do is kind of score along all the lines so that um, you'll be able to fold these nice and neatly. So I'm taking my straight edge, just my triangle, and I'm using my makeshift score tool, which is a nail file. You could also use something, you can even use like a ballpoint pen for this. Something that's just going to be pressing into the material so that you can get a nice hard line. This is all going to be folded on the inside, so ballpoint pen is also a really nice tool to work with. So I have pre-scored these, so just make sure you get every single place where there's going to be a fold, because that will make it much easier, and your artwork will look a whole lot neater if you pre-fold. Alright, pre-score. Alright, so I'm going to start folding this up, and you can see it folds really nice and easy now that I've got the scored edges. Alright, remember the templates have these little tabs, and they're sort of like my glue tabs. So they're good to use for getting the things to hold into place. Alright, tabs really are meant to go on the inside. So you do want to think about that and getting them on the inside and not having them on the outside. Alright, so here's my tabs. And what I'm going to do is just kind of start here and start on one side, get a little bit of glue. And I'm just going to glue that together. And so I don't have to wait so long for this. What I'm going to do is finally I'm going to get a little piece of tape. As you can see, it's not going to stay together. So I'm going to get a little piece of tape. I'm going to get some of the glue off of it so you can run it on your, you can stick it to your clothing or something like that. I don't want it real sticky because I don't want it to tear up the paper. But what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to take this and just use it as a temporary hold. It's not meant to hold it forever. It's just meant to hold it for a little while until the glue dries. Alright, so there we go. And I've got that side. Now I'm going to glue the next side. And same thing. And I'm going to fold this up. Because now this side of the triangle goes there. Don't want to have to hold it. It's great glue, but as you know, it just has a long drying time. See, it's going to pop apart again. And take another piece of tape, get some of the sticky off. God bless me. Alright, so I'm going to use this, and don't want it too strong. That's why I've got some of the glue off by sticking it to my hand. Temporary. As you can see, that looks kind of ugly on there. I don't know if you can tell that, but it's ugly to have a shiny part and then a part that doesn't shine. Alright, that one down. Since that one's there, I can probably tape both of these together at the same time. Alright, so get glue on that side as well. And I could probably do this with one little bit of tape. So let that hang out there. Get the sticky off of the glue. Off of the tape, I mean. So by sticking that on my hand. Alright. And there we go. And that should hold actually both of those sides. Alright, so my template is a little bit off. You can see I've got this little extra bit of a triangle going here. So I'm just going to trim that off with my scissors. Now I've got a pretty decent form. It's a little bit off there as well. Alright, so now I've got my form. I'm going to get one more piece of tape on there because it does look like it's coming apart a little bit. And I just want to hold it until the glue dries. Alright, so got my first form made. Really didn't take too long. Alright, next form I've already pre-created, and you can see here I did tape it. So now I'm going to peel that tape off. If you don't get enough sticky off, you will have it tear your project, so you really don't want that. So try to get as much stickiness off of the piece of tape as you can by, rubbing it, taping it to your pants leg, for example, and then pulling it off. But now I've got two forms. The last thing I just talked about a few minutes ago was creating a piece of tape using some of your sculpting material. So here's my sculpting material. So I'm going to make, these are about 1/4 inch each. Alright, so sometimes you might want two forms to kind of come together at a point. And that's not going to be real practical. So what you could do is figure out how to sort of make a paper tape. So if I wanted to, I could make this little support here that would sort of wrap around it. It may not look the greatest, but if I wrap this on here, then I'll be making kind of like a piece of my own tape. And if I were to, if this was made out of metal, for example, this might be the same kind of thing that you would do in order to get two pieces of metal to come together sort of in a pointed space. Alright, so I'm going to make this little tape, and I think I need to cut it a little smaller. So I'm making my own tape, and I'm going to use glue, and this will also act as kind of like a support system for holding these two forms together in kind of an awkward space. Alright, so let me get the tape off of this first, and these are the sides that I was holding together with the tape. And I definitely want to take this side off because this is where I'm going to glue it. Again. Alright, so I just wanted to get those two pieces of tape out of the way. Alright, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some more tape ready because it's going to be a little bit of a balancing act. So actually, I'm just going to keep that on my hand. Alright, so I got some tape ready to go. And definitely want to get some sticky off of it. And the hand has oil in it, so that also puts another little bond in between the glue and the tape. Alright, so here's my tape that I made. And I'm going to hold it on here first. Alright, so this is probably going to take two pieces of tape, so let's think about how I want to do this. Alright, so I'm going to hold it on there with the first temporary piece of tape. And I'm going to get another piece and a little glue around my skin, a little bit of oil, from my skin onto the tape so it's not too strong. Alright, and then I'm just going to tape it. That's a little hard for you to see. Oops. Alright, and I'm going to tape it down this way. Alright, so that's going to appear more like how I want this to look, where it's just kind of being held together at the tip. Alright, so kind of a tricky structure is what I really like. It's kind of hard to do. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same thing I just did to this side with my little tape that I made, my little special tape. I'm going to do that to this side as well. So same steps, and I'm going to wait for it to dry, and then I should have a pretty decent sturdy structure, and that's what sculpture is all about. You want things to be sturdy and balanced. You don't want them to fall apart. So that's really important with sculpture. So it's not the perfect situation, but actually from the side it's not going to look too bad. That looks like it's going to hold okay without getting the tape out. And then I can have that really nice structure that just kind of stands up like that. And then later, if I need to, I can come back with my scissors and really trim away some of this paper that maybe takes away from its beauty. Alright, so a couple tips using the tape to hold things while you wait for the white glue to dry. You definitely want to use the white glue because it is a good strong bonding material for paper. And as you heard too, use this tool or some kind of tool to actually score so that you can make nice, clean, crisp folds. Alright, so by making those nice folds, you get a clean edge, and it makes the sculpture look really nice and well formed. Alright, good luck. Problem solve, problem solve, problem solve.